So farming. So this is a piggery farm, and you're looking at a batch of around 8 mothers, and 8 mothers giving us so many piglets. And you can see the performance. You can see the performance of these pigs. These mothers are F1s. They are first generation. It's a cross of a large white landrace, and their performance is good. And you find that sometimes we get above 16 piglets from some of these mothers, and on average we can win around 16. Based on our winning percentage, which is now really very good, because we have really gained a lot of experience in this farming. And looking at piggery, we have really learned, and also we have unlearned some of the things that we actually have. So you see, look at this farm, because they are farrowing for it. Basically, we are trying to see that we manage a mother during that process of farrowing, and we get a high quality piglet. Our priority has always been that we get a quality piglets, because we believe that the foundation is key. So we believe that having a quality piglet, having very good winning weights at 21 days can help us really in developing that piglet and achieving weights at shorter period. So our focus is getting a quality piglet. That's why our focus has been on having right genetics. These mothers are F1s, and they are basically process of large white landrace. So our focus has been getting right genetics in terms of the mothers, and also we are more careful of what male we are going to serve the mother with. So we do artificial insemination, and it has really been so good, and in that we experience very limited issues of repeats with the AI, and also we are able to remember our focus is to get a high quality piglet that is going to grow faster. And things that we keep looking at is basically the trends in the feed costs that are really so expensive. So we look at the feed costs vis-a-vis the quality of the product. So if I have very good genetics like this, I can feed them and see that I can achieve weight so fast, and the prevailing feed prices can actually run this kind of enterprise. But also we are also looking at the challenges and what opportunities that we face, that we are getting along the way. This is an enterprise of breeding. We have some mothers that we can sell to other farmers as breeding stock. Then we also produce pork that we supply to the market. So this is an enterprise that we're trying to see that we can prolong it and project it to around 100 mothers, so that we can really have something bigger. Remember, we have learned through the process, and now we want to go bigger. But of course, we want to take them to around 100 mothers. So with 100 mothers, it's also a really very good size, but also it demands resources in terms of capital. And that is the key thing. So Piggery is very good because you see pigs have a high growth rate and also they have a high multiplication rate. And in Uganda here there is an opportunity where we have a high consumption of pork, and you find that we want to satisfy that market. So it's market that should drive production. So the market for pork, the way people eat pork is really very interesting in that it's more of a culture where people eat pork daily, like from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they eat in groups. One person can even eat half a kilogram of pork. So those are some of the opportunities in pigs, and you find that the pork has, if you produced it so well, you find that it has that tenderness, and people really enjoy consuming pork. So that is one of the benefits with the pig farming. But also the challenge is basically exposure to a threat. I can call it a threat because the key threat in piggery is basically swine fever. So our mitigation, of course, when you have a threat, you should be having a mitigation strategy. Our mitigation is that we put up a perimeter fence, perimeter wall, in that we can know who enters and leaves the farm. And that is a key biosecurity measure. But also we ensure that we are really so much informed on where the threat is. You need to know where is this key person. Even though you're fighting in war, you have to know where is your opponent. So with swine fever, we have to be really informed that is it around? Is it how best can we mitigate? And we see that we are really trying to survive all the threats that show up of swine fever, and the business keeps running. So you're looking at an enterprise that demands maize, and an opportunity is there. So you look at maize and you be like, what opportunity can I have this? You look at other things, is soya. Soya is a protein that is really needed for growth of pigs. And you also look at, of course, the other things are needed in small amounts. But of course, as an enterprise, as a business, you should be thinking of alternatives. What alternatives are there in terms of in line of maize, in line of soya? What alternatives are there? So you should be thinking of alternatives, and you have to always have cost. I don't know, people do not love to do things on paper, but I really love seeing that I have an enterprise on paper, then I evaluate it, I see alternatives, I evaluate them, I also see how much return am I going to make, is it making business sense? So you look at maize, what alternative? Maize can be in two components. There is milled maize, the broken maize. Broken, that means it's milled in small particles. Then you look at the maize bran. Those are all, still it's an opportunity that is there. Then you come to the soya. There is full fat soya, there is soya cake. You look at, if I use soya cake, how is the outcome? If I used full fat soya, how is the outcome? If I used maize, how is the outcome? So that you really need that calls to for you to work with a nutritionist, and also maybe you also have to evaluate other farms that have used different formulas to really come up with something that is cost effective for your farm. But otherwise, the concentrates have their formulas, and also you need to have to evaluate the cost effectiveness of those formulas for running a farm profitably. Because the highest cost we're looking at in piggery is basically the feed cost. Even in chicken, poultry, you're also still looking at the feed costs. So there are so many opportunities in this farming journey, but also you have to really think that you have low input, low input but a quality product. Then you also check in the entry and exit points into the enterprise. Remember, you have value of money. Does it have value of money? Do you have other alternatives? So you sit down, evaluate the project before you actually spend your money in it. Ideally, there is always money in solving a certain problem. So, and that is it. Well, thank you.